material waste and making punches. After the opening of the exhibition last night, which you can admire around us, around this room, tonight we have a series of talks which will unpack facets of sustainability, intellectual property, and the relationship we all need with traditions, crafts, and nature. And we will start with a few words from the president of the Romanian Cultural Institute, Liviu Sebastian Jicman.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I'm delighted to join you tonight for the opening of the second day of public events organized within the Circular Catalyst program, hosted at the Romanian Cultural Institute in London. This is
I'd like to invite now to take the floor the Director of British Council Romania, Andrew Price.
If I could use one word about the exhibition, it is about collaboration. And it's collaboration of 5 or more UK and Romanian artists, craftspeople, makers who came together in Romania in March, April, May this year during residencies. And it shows the learning, the sharing, the working together and the conversations that they had during those residencies. And those conversations touched on many different topics. The source, type and use of local materials, the respective status of crafts at a local level and a national level in the two countries, old and newer approaches to making, the impact of crafts on the landscape, the impact of the landscape on crafts, rural development and more broadly, environmental sustainability, and lots of other issues. And I think you will see as you look around and you touch some of the things in the exhibition, you'll see those conversations, how they manifest themselves in the exhibition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce Monica Bolzan-Moisin, who runs the Cultural Intellectual Property Rights Initiative and Why We Craft. She will unpack for us the most pressing issues that traditional knowledge and crafts are facing in the world today. Monica.
Okay. So my name is Monica Moisin, Bolzan-Moisin for the full name. I'm a cultural intellectual property lawyer, and I will try to unpack that, to unpack a little bit that term and what I call a cultural sustainability systems weaver. In this picture here, you see a community from Chiapas in Mexico, because a lot of the work that we do at the Cultural Intellectual Property Rights Initiative is global, or we call it global. So we work with communities, indigenous communities, ethnic groups, and local communities from all around the world. And what we're trying to tackle is the way their traditional knowledge and traditional cultural expressions are protected, sustained, and transmitted from generation to generation, as well as how this knowledge is created today. Because what we learn from the work with communities is that traditional means contemporary in these spaces. Here's just a little summary of the presentation. I will skip through that and talk briefly about the Cultural Intellectual Property Rights Initiative. The first thing that we kind of looked at and agreed on was that cultural intellectual property rights, and the rights of communities to transmit and sustain this knowledge and transmit it to generations, is a human rights aspect. It's not intellectual property law only in the kind of that silo. It's not only intangible cultural heritage, it's a human right. And that takes us into a space that is maybe new in discussions today in a way. Like, let's think about culture as a human right. So from the onset, from the get-go, our work has been intersectional. So we didn't look at this at craft and craft innovation only from the lens of the law, but we looked at all the international legal frameworks that are connected to craft and local ecosystems. And the three that we felt we have expertise in this community to work with were biological diversity, and we have an international convention, a United Nations Convention on Safeguarding Biological Diversity. We looked at the UNESCO Convention on the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage, and we looked at intellectual property law and, let's say, the body, the World Intellectual Property Rights Organization, that has been also focusing on this issue and trying to come up with a system that would be agreed by all the 190 something parties that come to discuss, the state parties that come to discuss this issue. And we said our proposal for cultural and intellectual property rights as a system, as a sui generis system, lies at this intersectionality. So we cannot look at it only from like a side or from one perspective. We have to look holistically. Because for the communities that we have been working with, and I come from Woodward, it's a county in Romania. I live in a village, Petran, where my ancestors lived, where I grew up. And for these communities, biological diversity and cultural diversity are part of their lifestyle. So they don't have these silos, they don't have these different conventions, they live it. It's a living body of knowledge.
Our next speaker is Kina Mares of Remarkable Romania, a network of 11 towns and villages in Transylvania which invest in culture and heritage.
So my name is Kina Mares. I'm managing Remarkable Romania program, which is also a network of villages. The program was initiated and developed by Cluj Cultural Center in a partnership with the CIPE Remarkable de France Association. They are our strategic partner. And the program, which is operated through this network, also Remarkable Romania, it's actually an integrated strategy for the valorization of the cultural heritage in the rural area of Transylvania. Why it is an integrated strategy? Because we act on different levels, as you will see. So, in very few words, Remarkable Romania, it's a community development program based on cultural heritage. For now, there are 12 villages in the network, but we want to extend the network at the national level in the near future. We want to include in the network also small towns in Romania, and the main focus of the program is on the communities, on the people in the communities. Of course, we work with specialists, we work with historians, with anthropologists and ethnologists, but our main focus is on the people in the communities that we work with.
I would like to invite Hilda Foru and Oana Costinaș of the Liviu Sebastian Jicman to present the impact of this example of this large ecosystem in the Delta.
Because we are interested about the relation between the human being and nature, and the traditional culture always is, in a way, we are saying a pragmatic way of solving daily life problems using the resources around you. So we have also a
Good evening, I'm Oana Costinaș from Ivan Pațaichi and Theodore's team, and today I will present you the concept Ivan Pațaichi's Danube Delta. So our partner in the Circular Catalyst program visited us right when we began this creative process of developing the triptych we call Ivan Pațaichi's Delta. Theodore offered a bit of a contest. I wanted to add that Ivan was a multiple Olympic and world champion in canoe, and he was originating from Danube Delta. He was our inspiration, and he used his entire reputation to give back to the Danube Delta communities and to help them develop.